What's up, guys? Mikey in the building. Still licking my wounds today. Sewing them back up still. It's like that guy on Instagram or whatever. He just like he does that thing, and I'm just like, today for me was like, what? Yes, I got caught in a nasty offering. Like, I'm still like, that was so gross. Okay. But you know what? It comes with the game. Unfortunately, those midday or early morning offerings are just horrible. Okay. Learned a lot. Yeah, learned a lot. That was painful. All I could do is laugh about it. Um, I did catch a nice trade off Vera, VERI, which I'll go over after, but it still doesn't. Um, Still not nice about this offering I got caught in. So yeah, red day for me today. I'm okay with that. Today was crazy too because there were so many opportunities where if I would have just took the 20 cents, the 30 cents in some names, like I would have probably got green and actually had a small green day. But yeah, so let's dive into this PRST offering and how they manipulated it on the book, and now I know. Okay, before I do that, real quick though, this daily though, I like, again, I really do like some dailies like this where it's kind of maybe a liquidity trap. I thought maybe we get 62s if this would pick up. We had some decent volume pre-market, and then this is a kind of a window gap right here. Tested it once, failed, and now we gapped up. And I was adding around 40 cents, so ouch. Okay, 40 cents, and then yeah, this did not break out, and then it dumped to 28, and my soul came out of my body and looked me dead in my face. All right, let's keep going. Okay. All right. So I thought maybe potentially after once I saw some bids come in, some bids, and this is my my fault of not understanding. Probably should have did a little bit more DD on this, but when I saw some 80, 84 or 840,000 shares get put on the book, okay, you can kind of see some hits off that too. I saw 40s kind of holding, sustaining, and then another 174K. It's only 40 cents, so yeah, it's a big bidder. But then they started to do this: push or put it on there and pull it. So spoof. They had this bidder here. Okay, cool. They spoofed it, right? They pulled it again. They put him back on here, and I was like, okay, it's game time. Maybe it's game time. Ideally, we need to reclaim this 42 offer right here, and they actually pulled it. So if you can see right here, they had about 50,000, and then they started to pull it, get it thin. They put that bidder again right here, 850K, a buyer potentially. So you saw some price action come in where there were some hits up here, and then all of a sudden it consolidated for a little longer. They pulled it, and wow, what a rug pull. Talk about going to the next magnet on the wrong side. Like, geez, I wanted one of these magnets or potential breakout, but that didn't happen. Oh, not at all. So that one hurt a lot. But you know what? It comes with the game. I can't even get mad. It's one of those setups that next time I'll do my DD, right? Go on dilution tracker and see what's going on with this thingy, and then potentially in the future seeing this. I've seen this a couple times where they spoof these big bids, and then there's no follow through. So this is a big sign, okay, for the book for me. Next time, lesson learned. Hefty price, but it's okay. And ideally, if this would have worked, it could have been a 5-figure trade, but I took a nice 4-figure loss. That's okay. All right. This one was an absolute amazing trader today. This one actually helped reduce some of that loss. Okay. A couple things on this one. Right out of the gates, too, guys. If you have the book and you got the plus, there's a couple things right here. This absorption indicator is phenomenal to use. There's a big seller that got absorbed right here, and then once this area was retested, there was no breakdown, and the book was not heavy on this one. Also, This was like kind of like a C-pop setup where it had this huge rejection on the daily right here, and then it held, right? So key level to hold was 250s, 240s, 249s ish. Yeah, right there. And that's exactly what I added. I actually added this pullback down here into that level and had 249s on this one and rode this up for new highs. So that was nice. That was decent. Okay, the return on that one wasn't the craziest, but you know, hey, I'll take a little bit of 14% for today. It was 50 cents, and I normally don't look at stuff like that anymore, where it's like, oh, it's 50 cents. There's just only a 10% or a 15% pop. But on a day like today, I was grateful for the 50 cents to help reduce some of that loss. But so this one was good. Again, the book on this one was great. So that was the type of daily. It kind of reminded me of C-pop when C-pop had its first day and it failed. C-pop. Make sure. Yeah, kind of like this day right here. And then all of a sudden it reclaimed this big day VWAP over here and then took off for new highs on that one. So that's what I was looking for on VERI. So I thought that was great. This book was very like soaky, okay? And what do I mean by that? There's a lot of buyers, like a situation like this where another seller gets absorbed and it doesn't really break down, doesn't really get heavy. And then new bidders come in right here at 255s. And you can kind of see how they're spoofing it up. And basically this did, you know, made new highs and then failed. So it was like a kind of a micro clear out on the daily right here. You can see right here, a micro clear out is anything that's like a micro clear out, a small clear out of new highs. And the previous high was 307. This made a high of 309 and then pulled back, and then it's just pretty much doing the same type of action it did yesterday. So this one was great. An important key level over here too was seeing this area actually break out this time, because they didn't have any follow through on the first round right here. But as this pulled back, it's pulled back over a previous area of interest. Okay, this is the main reason why I added down here. And then when we went to go retest it, this put in a higher low, which was great. We finally removed the liquidity off this book, and there was some continuation to the next magnets, okay? Those next offers. All right, those are limit orders. You can see how they fluctuated this one. There was almost 18,000, and then by the time price action got to it, they thinned it out a little bit by about 5K. And you can kind of see the same thing over here. So this is a great example, guys. I don't know if you can see this, but there was a lot of shares, okay, being absorbed up here. And then there was no more follow through. So reverse this, right? This is a great example, actually. If you take this and you see the difference of how it traded down here. So this is a retest of this seller being absorbed. Not a lot of the seller exhaustion, not follow through to the downside. And then now up here, when we're seeing that same type of price action, all right, when we see sellers get absorbed, it's retesting this area, but it's not breaking out anymore. All right, doesn't break out. They kind of have spoofed this down, so it's kind of control. You can kind of see it's a little bit heavier, about 20,000. And again, they actually walk this down per se on this, and you kind of see it kind of lighten up right here. They kind of pull this. It doesn't actually get absorbed, and it was just a nice little bull trap right here. And then you can see it now. It's putting in lower high, lower high, lower high, and then consolidates, put in another lower high right here, and another one right here, and then actually breaks down even more. Okay, so but that was a good trade, front side move. I like to play previous day VWAP days. You know, I like to see that area hold. I like to see was it going to continuation. This book, if you guys have this one, was very like soaky. It just did not break down. Every time there was a seller or a breakdown, it consolidated. Sellers got exhausted, and then new buyers came up, and you can see they're a little bit aggressive. You see, this is another area where sellers came through. There was no more follow through, and then it continued higher. It put in some nice higher lows again. Retested this liquidity up here and actually broke through it and made new highs. So that was a great trade. It was 15% move, you know. So a day like today, whew, you really had to scalp. Scalpers won today. If you scalped, you made your money. You locked in and secured that bag. I don't like to do that anymore. because I like to look for those big percent returns. I like to see a nice breakout, a daily breakout, and things like that. But today, wow, did I wish I was doing that. But I don't want to change up my habits because, I don't want to get in the habit of taking size and then doing that, and then all of a sudden, say you trade something like this and you scalp it really quick at the first pop that happens, or maybe up to here. Yeah, you make 30 cents, but then you can actually potentially make about, 60, 70 cents on this. And then you get back in, you might get chopped up, you might play it a few times, and really, for me, my one ad holding, scaling a little bit, holding my core, pulls back, cool, breaks out, you know, does me justice. But that's all I got. Again, this PRST was nasty. I did take a short on this FF, sorry, too many times. I saw this popped up on my Momo scanner, and then I was watching this on the book, and I did take some short against this limit offer right here, and I saw it kind of get heavy. So this did help a little bit. Did not trade this heavy at all. It was just something that I took while I was licking my wounds today. But and I'm grateful for the book for this one because this did provide almost a dollar per share for me. So that was nice too. I just didn't take any size in this because I was just testing some things in the book. But all right, guys, much love. Peace out, Mikey.